Hello, fellow diamond painters. DP Crazy Lady here. It is 3:33 p.m. Thought I'd do a daytime, daylight uh, video since you're all been seeing me at like 2, 3, 4 in the morning. It's Thursday. It's the 22nd, and the temperature right now is about 30 degrees. So that surprises me. And the sun is out. So, uh, we are expecting some kind of storm. The ice and stuff may pass us. It looks like uh, more um, southern, you know, parts of Ohio may get some ice and stuff, and Tennessee and below that areas and stuff, parts of Texas, they're going to get hit with some ice. We might get, they say, between 6 and 10 inches of snow, which, per normal for Ohio, sometimes you get more. The thing is, it really doesn't matter as long as we don't get any ice. I don't know. Um, we went out earlier today and paid the electric bill, and daughter had to stop at Dollar General, and I had to go in and get at least a loaf of bread because what I plan on making for supper today is I had bought, I think it was maybe 2 or 3 months ago, I bought big cans of like canned turkey, canned beef, canned pork. Had gotten them at Walmart. They were a little expensive, but I thought, you know what? They are good and will last till 2030. So I thought, well, I can only put so much stuff in my freezer, but I can stack cans everywhere. So I thought, okay, I'll get that. Well, I went ahead and opened the canned turkey today. It tastes pretty good. I mean, it's chopped up a little bit, just like you'd get your canned chicken, and stuff like that. But it tastes pretty good, so I separated the juices from it, and I'm keeping the juice in case I want to make gravy with it because the canned gravy that I have, I'm not sure how it's going to taste. Um, so I thought, okay, what I'm going to make for supper today, that's why I needed the bread. I'm going to toast a few slices of bread. I'm going to make turkey gravy with peas and, with pieces of turkey and put it over toast. Almost like SOS, the Navy always had on shingles, what they call it. Don't want to say it. But I'm doing it with the ground turkey. And I tasted some of the ground turkey, and it tastes really good. I'm going to use part of it for that, and then save a little bit of it and mix it up with mayonnaise and relish and onions and stuff, and use it for like a salad, either for a sandwich or using it to put on a bed of lettuce, just to eat it that way for the next day. I'm really getting to the point where I'm hating to cook anymore. I don't feel like cooking. I don't feel like doing any major eating, but I know I got to do it. So, okay, I am continuing to work on Paint Some Way. This is not a video for them. This is for me and talking to y'all. But I'm continuing to work on it. I got I started on the top right, and Carly girl, you said my drills are amazingly straight and stuff. Here is why. Here is why. Um, you line it up, it does like every other one or so, and then you have to peel it off and fill it in. So that may have something to do with the fact that my drills are exceptionally straight. That's what I wanted to show you all too, because I have it here. I can get to it. Okay, these are the other ones that I was talking about. They have them in metal, and these are plastic. Now, I think, and I marked them because I kept checking them online and checking them online. These are for round, as far as I know. And I guess you, if you can see that, I guess you set them there and do them that way. I have not tried them yet. I've not tried them. And then these are supposed to be for squares, which I don't know if it makes that much of a difference. I really don't know. But I've not tried. I think I tried to put them on one, and it was a cheaper, cheaper painting. And I stuck it down on there, and I said, well, I don't like the way this is looking. I'm going to have to move it. And I went to pull it up, and it pulled part of the pattern up, on it. So I don't know if it was, they just stuck, I had them on stuck real tight, or it was a cheaper painting, but that's what they're supposed to be. There was 3 squares and 2 rounds. So I'm not even sure which side you use, if you use a specific side. If anybody knows anything about these, and have better information than I do, let me know. But I had gotten these, I think, from Temu way last year sometime, along with a couple other items that I don't know if I showed online or not, because I hadn't been online for a while. So, um, I'll bring those things over another time and see if you have seen them. If I've shown them before, it'll just be a repeat. There was something else I was going to tell you while I was showing you this, and now I've lost it. But that's how I, keep things pretty straight with these. It's a little more tedious because I have the other metal ones that when you lay it down, you can fill every single one and peel it off, and they're all covered. But the issue with that is that they start breaking down real easy. Like, let's see. Okay, this is the one for the squares. Now, I have one that's even bigger than this, taller. But these are fine for squares. Somewhat. It's too bad they don't cover all, but it does work. But these are thicker. But these ones, and I really like them because they you can cover more up all at once. But they start falling apart. They start bending and everything, and then I had to cut this one, cut it, and shorten it because this end had broken. These little things. They're just so cheapy. It's too bad they can't. If they can make these ones as like this, why can't they do the same thing with these? I'm sure they can, but I have not seen any. I have not seen any of them. So that's how I keep things. That's how I keep these things straight. I cannot stand having crooked drills. It drives me crazy. But I don't know how the weather's going to be out, where you all are at. I'm hoping, you know, hunker down. I hope don't lose power. They said that some places, that get hit with this ice storm could be without power for a week or longer. I mean, Texas that time was without power for almost a month. So please, hunker down if you can. I guess the stores are just being inundated. I don't know about in my area because I was just in Dollar General just to get, a loaf of bread, and their shelves were okay and stuff. But I hear that there's other places that the shelves are like becoming bare. People are just buying. And the bad thing is, if you lose power, all that stuff you bought, unless you got, a lot of dry goods and that, that you can hang on to, that'll work in a without gas or electric or something like that, whatever it is you lose. I hope the heck, you're able to eat. So I don't know. I just figure, they said it's supposed to start tomorrow, I think, around here. I'm not positive. But who knows? We're hunkered down. We have no place we have to go until the 4th. Sonia has another doctor appointment. So she has to go to that. It's a reset for her disability, I guess. And I hate driving downtown in my, out of my area. I hate driving. I don't mind in my area in downtown, but I have to go into another part, a different town. Well, the one I was born and raised in. And I do not like downtown in that area. So, but have to go. It's a must. So, also, y'all have seen that big canister, big jug that I have with drills in it. Okay, and someone had mentioned a while back that, it looks really heavy. I mean, it's heavy. Well, first off, yeah, it's really heavy. I do not know what it weighs. So, I thought it would be kind of neat if anybody wants to guess the weight. You start guessing between now and, say Monday. There's no prize. Don't have anything for that, but guess the weight. And then I won't even know the weight either. I'm going to weigh it on camera. I'll weigh it right then there so you can see it right on the camera. And we'll see what it weighs. Because I know that thing is heavy. And it would be kind of fun to see what it weighs. I can't even begin to guess, to be perfectly honest with you. But, yep, we shall see what we shall see with the weather. We'll see what happens over the weekend. I plan on going nowhere. I think I mentioned it. Liam I did finally take him in, I think on Tuesday or Wednesday, whatever day it was. He got his nails cut. I asked him, I said, how do you manage to get his nails cut? Because he doesn't mind if I play with his toes and the pads of his feet and everything else. Doesn't bother him. But if I bring a nail clipper toward him, and try to clip like one toenail, he wants to chew into me like a monkey like a monkey on a cupcake. He just wants to kill me. And I asked them, I said, how do you guys get, and they said, well, they tag team him. I said, well, yeah, my daughter and I could tag team him as if he still bites us. And she said, well, I think they muzzle him. I said, excellent. I said, I'll tell you what, if I know I don't have to buy a muzzle because you can take material and there's a certain way you put it around their mouth and it acts just like a muzzle and it's tied back behind their ears. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to invest in a halfway decent pair of dog clippers and I am going to muzzle his butt and I am going to practice on his toenails. And we'll see what happens because that would save us $15 every month. Which also means that we don't even have to take him to the vet because once a month, because if I can cut the nails myself, all I have to do is drive to them all by myself to pick up his and the cat's flea meds and heartworm treatments, so he doesn't get heartworm and stuff. And that way it saves a few bucks. And I don't have to take him out in the winter. The only time I've got to take him there is, I think they said in like April or something like that, where they once a year, I don't know why they do it, even though he takes the heartworm meds every month to prevent heartworms. They want to do blood work once a year to make sure he doesn't have the heartworms or hasn't gotten them, and then they'll continue the meds because I guess if he were to have gotten heartworm somehow, even though taking the meds, if he were to take the meds while he had heartworm, it could kill him. Well, heartworm can kill him too, but that's what they say. So once a year, we have to pay all that extra to have. We have to pay another $40 or $50 on top of the meds and everything to get his blood work once a year. So I told him, I said, he's one expensive dog. I've had purebred dogs before too. I've had mutts and I've had purebreds. And none of my other purebreds cost me anything like he has. He was expensive when my daughter bought him. And, I told him, he needs to act like he's worth it. He's got to earn his keep, and he hasn't done that yet. And he's 3 years old, so he better, start stepping up. So anyway, I just thought I would show you this. When I get to this top here, I have to fill in these down here. But this is how I, as long as these line up, they might be, some of them are off like maybe, a minute little particle. And then you just, straighten them up a little bit on your own. I don't know what I'm going to work on after this. I know I should be working on the Pinson, but it's just so annoying. And one of the ones I would like to, start, even though I've got some started and I've got to finish them, but the one I would like to start is the one that Bionica bought me as a gift, the Librarian from Diamond Art. I would like to, but I can't start it until I get something else accomplished. If, it's like accomplish one, finish it, then I can start a new one. and work on it a little bit, but I still have to finish something else. It's like a reward, you know. You have to finish what you started. Oh, I've been on here 20 minutes. Maybe I better get off here in a little bit. Um, but see, if I can't pull this all the way off, but when I pull it off, you can see that there's the, you know, the ones that need to be filled in. Then I just run it up here to do this top half. Usually I only go this high. This is what I was doing. But I figured this is all I have left. You know, I might as well finish it. Just do it and keep going. So I'll get to her face and everything and her hair and all, and that other cat quicker that way. So, well, I guess, you know, I'm going to get off here so I can get back into this. Um, I've been listening to podcasts and things like that. I watch that Mr. Ballen, Ballen. He does, you know, ghost stories and crime stories, and you know they're all true, different things. I really like. I go to his page and I hit play mix, and I just listen to him. I used to listen to him all the time, and I've missed a bunch in the last year or so. So I just sit there and listen to him tell the stories, and it's really good. He's really, really good. So, well, I don't think there's anything else. Well, there is one thing before I go. And I keep wanting to mention it, and I keep forgetting, and then I'll get off here. Okay, I needed to stay away from chips, and chips have gotten so expensive anyway, I can't afford them. Uh, but Dollar Tree carries these. I know Walmart has them too, but I haven't seen them in the small bags at Walmart or the flavors that I'm buying. But I bought these down at Dollar Tree, $1.25 a piece, and I bought a bunch of bags of them. And I try to have one every other day or so, but lately it's been every day. But these, the Harvest Snap, but I like the tomato basil. Now, these are real veggies. I think these are lentils. They say flavored crisps or whatever, but I think these are lentils. And they're 9 grams of protein, 5 grams of fiber. And yeah, the carbs say 28 grams of carb, but I can have a snack of them, you know, half a bag or a bag. There's no sugar in them. So they're really, really good. I really love these. I'm sure other people have eaten these before. Um, but the tomato basil, they have another one that's not too bad. Tomato basil, this one is, and the other one I think it's a Parmesan or something. And then they have the plain. The plain, I don't care for, but these are really, really good. And these are what they look like. You know, they're just, and they don't taste like a vegetable. That's the thing, which I love veggies anyway. But these are really good. So, in case you're interested, you know, Dollar Tree had them for $1 a piece. So, and they're not tons of calories, but they're calories. So, anyway, okay, I'm off here. Um, it's almost going on 4 o'clock, so I've got to get the pup fed and get our supper started in a little bit. Really, I can start it like 10 minutes before we're ready to eat because everything's cooked already. It doesn't matter. So, all right, have a good one. Hunker down if you're expected to get this bad weather. Try to stay warm, please. And I thank goodness I have diamond painting because it takes my mind off of a lot of crap. So have a good one. I'll get back with you in a day or two, check on you, see how y'all doing. So hugs. Love y'all. DP Crazy Lady. She is out.